How do I talk with God? How do I get messages from God? I wouldn't consider myself a religious person in the traditional sense. Obviously, I know that there's a higher power and I experience it. But I'm going to tell you how I get messages from God. I don't know how you want to name it, Allah, or I don't know what your religion is, but I'm going to tell you how I get messages from the higher realms. Basically, what I do is quiet all of the negative thoughts, all of the thoughts screaming. Then I go out into God's kingdom. What is God's kingdom? Nature. I go out into nature and I just sit without my phone. And I just sit and I listen. That's how I get messages from God, whatever you want to call it. I just sit and I listen. Or I'm going through the world and I'm talking with someone, and that person tells me something that I need to know. And I'm like, oh shit, it clicks in my mind. Oh shit, okay. But you need to have eyes to see and ears to listen. Why can't most people connect with God or talk with God or get messages from God? Because you're walking around with all of this trauma inside, all of your childhood trauma, all of those negative, heavy feelings that are on the back of your head that you push away, that you're running from. All of that is holding you back, is keeping you at a lower frequency. I don't want to sound EBGB or whatever, but like frequency, when I say lower frequency, I basically mean a lower form of thinking and feeling. It keeps you at that plane of existence. So when you erase all of those negative emotions and those heavy trauma and all of that shit, when you erase it, now you feel lighter. And you can actually sit and you can actually listen, and your mind is not cluttered by all of these negative thoughts and negative voices. You can actually hear, you can actually listen. You have ears to listen and eyes to see. So that's why most people can't connect with God, because you're at a low frequency, you're at a low level of feeling and a level of thinking. How are you going to be able to hear God if your mind is cluttered with all of these negative emotions? You're not enough, you're a loser, you're fat, all of these things that you've been told in your childhood, like clutters up your mind. How are you going to be able to hear God? How are you going to be able to see? That's why most people can't connect with God.